Hey everyone, so here I am. I was going to start this video by not saying hey everyone because I always do that, but apparently I cannot do that. So, hey everyone, I'm here with another one of my deck profiles. This time it's going to be what I call my Infinity Breaker deck profile, but really it's just standard blasters, Messianic. So as usual, I'll start from the highest grade and go down below. So move this to the side. And start off, first thing I'm running 3 Arcsaber Dragon. Honestly, I wish I was only running 2, but I'm only running the 3rd copy because I don't have a 3rd Exculpate, because I only have a playset of Exculpate, and I run 2 here and 2 in my Ganslot deck. So, this card is still good. If you have a total of 3 blasters in your drop zone or on Vanguard with different names, this card gets grade -3. So, perfect card. When you ride him, you can counterblast 3, soul blast 3, superior call a blaster from your damage zone, drop zone, soul, and deck. You only get to do 3, so you have to choose between those 3. Normally I will do damage zone, drop zone, and deck, because normally I don't have a whole lot of soul, because it is a pretty hefty cost. Really love this card. I really like the artwork. Sorry, there's kind of a glare there from my lamp. These are just my sleeves I'm using. I do like this card. I'm thinking about picking up a 3rd copy of Exculpate just so I can run this card at 2. Because this card is searchable in the deck, whereas Exculpate is searchable, but not... You normally don't want to search it, you normally just want to get it in a different way, which I'll show you later. So, 3 Arcsaber Dragon. Next, obviously, as I said earlier, I'm running 2 copies of Exculpate the Blaster, just because it's the blaster name. So, if you're in a situation, yeah, you can choose to ride this. Normally, I call it as a rearguard guard using another card's ability, because you can superior call it ignoring its grade. So, everyone knows what Exculpate does. If you have a Blaster Blade in your soul, counterblast 1, remove all but 1. Normally that will be a Blaster Blade, and then this unit will attack every one of your opponent's units. Then you take 2 cards from your hand, put them in the soul, retire it, and ride a Blaster Blade to stand from your soul. So, he's a blaster, that's why we run him, and honestly I love Exculpate. Alright, next to the whole main point of this deck, I'm running... obviously 4 copies of Messianic Lord Blaster. So, we all know what he does. If you have 6 blasters with different names, he gains their total attack and critical. So, he's the one you want to be riding. And when you drive check, if you drive check a blaster that you don't already have, you superior call it to an open rearguard circle. So that's nice. The whole point of this deck is to get 6 this is a gimmicky deck. The whole point of this deck is to get 6 blaster units, gain their attack and criticals, and Infinity Break your opponent. Unless they have a perfect card. I call it Infinity Breaker, but it gets shut down with a PG, as all things do. Still love it though, puts a lot of pressure on your opponent. And this guy is awesome. I'm running 2 of the SVRs and then 2 of just the VRs. So, I love this card. As you all know, I loved Majesty Lord when he was a thing. I still run Majesty Lord in my other deck. But Messianic is really cool. This card means a lot to me for different reasons. Maybe I'll get into a story about that. But he does the Infinity Breaker. Alright, now to the grade 2s. So, obviously, I'm running 4 Blaster Blades. No fancy arts. The fancy arts are in my other one. So, we all know what Blaster Blade does. On Vanguard, he gains an extra critical if you have 4 more rear guards. You're probably not going to get that skill off in this deck. And then, when placed, you can counterblast 1, soul blast 1, retire great. Choose one of your opponent's rear guards in the front row and retire it. So, he's a blaster, that's why we're running him. You're almost running a playset of everything in this deck. And obviously, I'm running 4 Blaster Rapier. So this card is amazing. I love this card. So, when this unit attacks a Vanguard, you get to look at the top card of the deck. It doesn't have to hit. So if they guard it, you still get to use its ability. This is going to be the one that your opponent tries to retire in attack every case, because they don't want you to check top card. You only get to check top card if you have Blaster Vanguard or Arc Saver Vanguard, which obviously you do at all times. So she's great. When you have 6 different blaster units with different names, she gains 15k, so that puts a lot of pressure on your opponent. So I'm running 4 of her. And then, of course, the last grade 2 of the deck, I'm running 4 copies of Blaster Arrow. So she's only really good when it comes to endgame, when you have that full field of blasters, because when you have 6 different blasters, they all are unaffected by your opponent's card effects. They cannot target any of your units with card effects. But when she is placed, if you have 3 different blasters, including her, you can dump a card and search out Arc Saver Dragon from your deck. So that sets it up. You'll probably dump an extra blaster in your hand, so you'll get it in drop zone 4 Arc Saver, and then you'll have that Arc Saver in your hand for the ride next turn. On to the grade 1s. I'm running 4 Blaster Javelin. Blaster Javelin's great. He's the now key of the deck, the Kyo of the deck. So he is a 10k booster as long as you have a Blaster Vanguard, so that's really nice. So you'll be swinging some pretty big numbers with him. And when you have 6 different blasters, you get to bind. When it boosts, you get to bind one of your opponent's units. Really good. Really comes in handy. Nice to have a bind, because most people hate it when they get bind, as people know when they go against Narukami and Link Joker, they hate it when units get bind. So, really good. I really like the 10k booster. I love it when Javelin is with Rapier, because those two together, they'll swing for 20, and you get to check top card, and if you have that full field, you get to bind a unit, so that's really nice. These are my favorite to pair up with. Alright. So moving on to my next grade 1, I'm running, obviously, pretty much running 4 of everything. Blaster Dagger. Blaster Dagger is great because when your Vanguard that's a blaster attack hits, you can bounce this from back to your hand, which is really good. And then when you have all 6 blasters, they all get boost. So let's say you have like Exculpate on rearguard, Exculpate can boost. That's a 14k boost. So really cool. That pretty much finishes up all the blasters. And what's nice about this deck is it's almost all holographic. I'm kind of a rarity whore, so I love me some shinies. And this card is great because if you get the skill off, you bounce it back to your hand, you can potentially guard with it for like Arc Saver or something. So that's nice. Alright, now to my last grade 1. I'm running Knight of Exemplary Sword, Lucius. So Lucius is here to help build the field. What he does is when your grade 3 or greater is placed, you move it to the soul, draw a card, and then superior call a card from your hand. And yes, so you can superior, if let's say you're at grade 3, you can superior call Exculpate from your hand, even if you're at grade 3. It's ignoring the grade restrict, which is really nice. And that helps you build the field, or if you're at Arc Saver, you can superior call it from your hand at the same time. It's just good because it's the way you're gonna, besides Messianic, this is the only way to get Exculpate onto the field. So it really comes in handy, and it just helps you build your board. Let's say you're missing those last few blasters, but you get them and you just superior call. So it really comes in handy in the deck. I wish we had another blaster unit, because then it could just all be blasters, but this card does help. So until then, we can play. I mean, if you're playing premium, we have so many blasters. It's insane. But for standard, this is the next best thing you can run, really. Alright, next. That's all the main units. I'm just running 8 crit, 4 Flogel, and then 4 Epona. That's pretty normal. You could run 6 draw, but I choose not to because this deck has been performing fine for however long I've been playing it. Then, of course, I'm running 4 draw PGs as normal. Nothing really much to say about there. And then last, I'm running 4 heal. And my starter is Gleim. So, that is my Infinity Breaker deck. I love this deck. This deck means a lot to me for other reasons. I guess I'll show you guys my favorite field with it. Didn't really get to play this deck a whole lot because it came out at such a weird time, because we already knew that we were getting the Gancelot. We knew Gancelot was coming out, so didn't really get to play it that much because Gancelot came out so fast. So this is my favorite field to go into. I've already said why I like these two together, because you get the plus 15 and plus Javelin's a 10k booster, and you get to look at top card and bind a unit. I like to put Arrow here or even Excavate because it's nice to have a good boost. A nice 10k boost added onto the power you're getting with Messionic, and then Blaster Blade and Dagger together, just so Blast Blade can hit for a higher number than if Arrow was right here. So that is my deck. I love this deck. I might actually make a premium version of it, because premium blasters seem to be doing pretty well right now. But I'll have to see how it goes. I know we have so many blasters in premium. But that is my deck. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I really like making these videos. I think this one went a little better than my other ones. So hope you all have a good day. Thank you.